what I've got here is Schmidt resources, and there are 3 or 4 things that I wanted to go over. So first thing I'm going to do is the marketing submission form. Probably the most commonly used form on Schmidt resources because it is a way for our agents and offices to submit projects to the marketing group. So if you have a designer that you love working with, you are always welcome to reach right out to that person. Or if you have a specific person that you go to as your point of contact, you can always reach out to them. But for our newer agents, or if you want to make sure you get a project in the works, click on any of your regions on Schmidt resources. We'll click on Ohio this morning, and it's the big old banner right across the top, Online Marketing Project Request Form. All you got to do is click on that banner, and right here there's a form where you can fill out and ask for any variety of projects. So your name, email, phone number, project title, details, DBA. This desired completion date is a pretty big one, guys, especially with just with listing related projects, with stuff that, hey, you know what, I want this done, I don't need it for a couple of weeks, or hey, I need this done in the next couple of days if possible. That's what this form is here for. Now, you'll see a section at the bottom that says, do you need to send us any files? So maybe you have a thing that you need incorporated into a project, or you have an example of something. This will be something that you'll want to check and make sure that when we reach out to you, we can ask for that. Now, unfortunately, there's no way to attach files through this form, and so it's not something that we can just automate right here, but we'll always make sure to follow up. And again, our goal is to reach out to you to at least respond to the request within 24 hours. So what's great is that this form gets routed to our team where they are handed out on a capacity-based basis. So whoever has the most time, whoever has the quickest turnaround is going to be able to get that project for you and work on that right away. So this is the contact, or this is the submission form for the marketing group. If you guys have any questions or comments on that, I'd love for you to write them in the chat. Just any questions or comments. Of course, you can see right here we also have the link to our marketing group's contact information, our faces, our emails, stuff like that. You can always reach out to somebody right from here if you have a question. And as you can see, our team is always growing. It is so much fun to get to see where this team was a year ago, where we are now, and to think about where we could be even another year from now. So feel free to reach out to anybody in the marketing group for anything, or just go straight through this project form, and it will be routed to the appropriate person. Any questions on that or comments? Always trying to keep Carrie's 8-second rule in mind.
I appreciate that, JD.
Cool. Well, perfect. All right. Well, then let's move on. Then the second thing, I added a second one that I wanted to add to this out of the 3 that I put on the email. I also wanted to talk about the luxury magazine form. So if you navigate to any of your regions, again, we're going to click on Florida this time, and click on the global luxury square in the front row. Right here, you're going to see another big banner. We try to make these things as easy as possible to submit your listings to the 21-22 Digital Luxury Magazine. So if you open that button there, you're going to see everything you need to do in order to purchase a new listing in the magazine, or to, this is an important one that I think a lot of agents forget, you can actually, if you have a listing that's sold, remember that space in the digital magazine is yours for the entire year. So if you've got a half a page or a quarter page and that's sold, and you want to flip that out with a new listing, or you want to make sure a sold banner gets on it or something like that, you can, right here, you can email CJ. She's the one who manages the luxury magazine. You can email her with that update, with the new listing, with the new photos, with whatever, new pricing, whatever you want to update it with, and she will make sure to do that for the next round of the digital magazine. The print version we start gearing up for in the next couple of months here to print and launch in the summer. And of course, all of this information will be updated at that time. But again, from any luxury square, this big old banner right here will take you to the page where you can submit new listings for the luxury magazine, quarter page, half page, full page, or a 2-page spread, which looks beautiful when you see them on the digital and the print version, or to update a listing you currently have. The other luxury thing I wanted to make sure to share while we're here is from the luxury square as well, any of the luxury squares, you can scroll down and you can find the Home of the Week submission form. So keep in mind, this is something we've had going for a couple of years now. It's evolved little by little over the years to be as effective as possible. But the Home of the Week program, our Global Luxury Home of the Week, is a complimentary advertising campaign where we listings are submitted and we choose a listing to be featured and advertised complimentary on our Global Luxury Facebook page. So if you click on this form here, it's going to take you to a Google form and it's going to have all the information you need. All you have to do as an agent, or if you're an ASC or manager assisting your agents, all you have to do is fill this form out and you'll be in consideration to be featured on the Facebook page for a 2-week social media campaign where we blast it across all of our regions and other target markets. These videos get on average between, I was actually literally looking at the stats yesterday morning, between 6,000 to 14,000 views on the listing, which is just great exposure for the seller. For the seller, for the agent. It also gets at least a few dozen, if not a couple hundred, clicks to the website to view more on the listing. Now, you can see all of the information you need here. The big one, and we'll talk about this with the virtual open house as well, is we need a video. We need an actual video file. You can either upload it right here, or you can share a link for Dropbox or Google Drive or something like that. It needs to be a link that we can download the video from, so not a YouTube link or not Matterport. One of those two we need to download. But this is literally, guys, it's all it takes. You fill out a form, you're in consideration to get a complimentary listing campaign, and you don't have to do a thing after that. You can share it with your sellers. Your agents can share it with their sellers and show them, hey, look, this is what our company is doing for your listing right now across all of these markets. So we want listings. I get to work with Eliska, who is in our St. Ignace office, and she's amazing helping me with this. And she just recently reached out to everybody from last year who ran a listing to see if they had listings to submit. But we're looking for listings for the Luxury Home of the Week. So if you have, and because this is a Schmidt program, the benchmark is still 500,000. 500 or over, it will be in consideration. So submit those videos, submit those listings here to make sure that you and your clients are have the opportunity to be featured here. Any questions on the luxury-based stuff? Remember that both of those two things we just looked at are in the Global Luxury Square on Schmidt Resources. Any questions on our luxury forms? Okay, well, we're cruising right along. I've only got one more form I want to remind everybody about, and that is our virtual open house program, our virtual open house submission. So I tried to make this one as easy as possible, and no matter what page you navigate to on any part of Schmidt Resources, you could be in the scripts section looking at some scripts and phone procedures, and you go, oh, you know what this phone procedure reminds me of? The virtual open house program. It's always right up here in the navigation across the top of the site. Virtual open house submissions, right here. You click on that link, Baba Booey, here you are on the form. Now, we're going into our, I think in April we'll hit our 3rd year doing virtual open. It'll be the beginning of our 3rd year, so we're finishing up 2, which is crazy to me. But again, this is another complimentary program that all you or an agent have to do is submit a listing with a video. For the luxury video that we just looked at, for the Luxury Home of the Week, it is required to be a professionally shot video. But for the virtual open house program, even though professional videos and motion videos always perform better, we do accept the listings to leads sort of slideshow videos that can be submitted as well. All you have to do, again, is fill out the form. If you had a professional videographer for video or photo, I should say, you can credit them right here. And then the very first time you upload a video, or you submit a listing, you have to upload a video. But from there on out, you never have to do it again. You never have to upload a video a second time for the same listing. Now, if you guys saw, if you remember, about around a month ago, I would say, there was a big update email on the virtual open house program that came out that said basically I needed to reset my form. I needed to reset my editing software. It was running so slow because we had literally, I believe, over 4,000 or 5,300 submissions for the program over the first 2 years. I needed to reset everything. So for 2022 specifically, if you are submitting a listing for the first time in 2022, I do need a video file. Whether it was submitted last year or brand new, I need it just the one time. After that, again, you just click that, yes, it's been previously submitted. You submit it, and all you got to do is fill out the rest of the information. So again, for the virtual open house program, the way that this works is that I edit these videos together of all of the listings that are submitted per region for Michigan, Ohio, our regions in Florida, our Virgin Island offices. And again, we advertise those because these are supposed to be a open house sort of a program, with the exception of the Virgin Islands. These are all targeted locally in your regions, in your states and communities, because it's supposed to be more of a, oh, I can't go to the open house, so here they are sort of a thing. So the only other rule here is that we do need a minimum of 10 listings per episode. So as long as we get 10 submissions per region, we will have an episode shot for or edited together for that region. The stats always go out after every weekend that we run them. And if there aren't enough listings, so let's say Michigan has 6 submissions, but instead of the 10 that are needed, I will always let those agents know, hey, there wasn't an episode this week, and if there isn't, your listings are automatically submitted to the next episode. You don't need to resubmit it at all. It'll always be resubmitted. So, any questions on the virtual open house submission form/program?
Hey, JD.
Yes.
Hey, it's Rose.
Hi, Rose.
On Coast. So, good morning. I was awake answering our phone, so I kind of caught the your new format of how we are to submit the virtual form. Did you, just to confirm, did you mention that if we had one from last year, we should resubmit it again?
Yes.
I just want to confirm that because I didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
No. Yeah. So just like I said,
Okay.
I did, and it was. My point was more that, like, it's just the one time. So anything new in 2022, whether it is from last year or a new listing, needs to be just resubmitted the one time. Then it can be rechecked again as previously submitted. Spot on.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Of course. Anything else, guys? Any other questions? You know, the reason why, and again, type them in or unmute. The reason why I wanted to go over these again is I know that Michigan's got your passport thing going on, and engaging with a group's a big thing. But also, you know, with the exception of the luxury magazine thing that we went over, all 3 of these things, design from the marketing group, the luxury home of the week program, and the virtual open house program, are all complementary things that our agents can engage with. All we need is the information. All we need are the submissions, and these things get advertised or designed for the agent for no cost, unless of course they're getting print deliverables. But the designing, the luxury home of the week, and the virtual open house are all complementary programs that we do on behalf of our agents. So I want to make sure that our agents know how to engage with these things so that they can reap the benefits of it. How long does the virtual open house run until the agent tells you? So great question, Christine. So the episodes for virtual open house are every 2 weeks. So right now, and you can see it right here in the text, the form is open until this next Wednesday, and then I close it so I can make sure I edit everything. And then the episodes run Thursday through Sunday, almost like a weekend open house. And then on Monday morning, I reopen the form for the next episodes, and then listings do need to be resubmitted. The reason why they need to be resubmitted is because we've had situations in the past where we keep running them and people say, hey, that listing is sold, why are you still running it? And we say, well, you never told us that it that it was sold. So every 2 weeks when the form reopens, and this goes out in Blue Matters Monday, every week the submission link is there and the graphic is there for stats if there was just an episode. But every 2 weeks the listing needs to be resubmitted. However, if you're resubmitting a listing, again, you don't need to add a video file. You can click yes, this was previously submitted. You just put in the name of the agent, the phone number, the address, and the price. and then you just click it, and it's sent in. One last point on that while I'm thinking about it. This information, I've only had this be a couple of times, so it might be a moot point. This is the name of the agent that we need in here, not the name of the person submitting it, because this info, the name, the phone number, the address, and the price, this is what I copy onto the video file that we upload and advertise. So make sure, and that's why it says here, full property address. Please don't just put 123 Main Street. Please put 123 Main Street, Zeeland, Michigan 49424 or whatever it is. And I do say that up here somewhere. Enter your information below exactly as you want to in the video, because that's how I share it.